Hi, well today I'm going to chat about electrolysis and how we can clean up some of the fines we get when we're metal detecting. I've left in my mistakes because I did make some. I'm not technically minded like this at all, but I was really excited to see what would happen. So I'll show you the first part and then I'll explain what I did wrong. So I'm all prepared, ready to start my first attempt at electrolysis. So I've got everything together, luckily the things I already had. So plastic container, can be anything, ice cream tub, bucket, whatever comes to hand really. And I fill that 3/4 of the way full with water. I'm then going to add the bicarb of soda. So we're just going to add just under a tablespoon. Normally say 1 tablespoon to a gallon, and I've got our cups measure actually on my measuring jug, and 16 cups equals a gallon, so I've got 3 of those in there, so I've got 12 cups, so I've just done slightly under the tablespoon. And we need to mix that well because it's that's going to help the electric charge to move through the water. So that's all nicely mixed up. So next, lid back on that. This is my item that I'm going to want to actually get the rust off as much as I can. I don't want to over clean things, but it would be lovely to see a little bit more detail on it. It's not of any great value. And now I found this one in the paddock, one of the first finds I had actually. So we're going to just try this and just gently lift some of the rust from it. So I'm going to place this into the water. Just pop the wire there over the side so you can see that it's going to be easy to lift out, and also to attach my clips to. So we'll put that over and I'm going to stick that up. This here is what's going to be used as the anode. This is what's going to draw the rust from the key onto here. So it's my little sacrificial bit of metal, and that's going to sit like that. Now everything's unplugged at the minute. Oh, I should have mentioned that the wire, as you can see here, these are just floristry wires that I just happen to have as well. So they're only short, but I've put them together. And we're going to see if they do the job, because this is the first time for me. It's an experiment, so fingers crossed. Now the way I've learned about the terminals is the red, if you like, is the one that's going to take on the rust, the removal, if you like. So red are removal. It's going to sit there for me. That's lovely. And then the black one, in fact, we'll do this side. That's easier to get at. Now I think that's going to work. So now we can switch it on. And we'll just see what happens. So I bet the eagle-eyed among you probably noticed the 2 glaring mistakes I made. Well, the first one I'm going to talk about is the charger. It was like a trickle charger, but it's one that registers how much charges within a battery and then will stop automatics. It's an automatic charger. They don't work. And I did have a look online then, and people were saying the best thing to do is get a phone charger, split the wire and put 2 of the clips on. I don't trust myself to do that. So £10 later, I had this little one appear from Amazon, and then we'll see what happens next. They're not going to come off, and as you can see, we've got bubbles, so it's actually working. So now I can rest easy knowing that I've learned something about the fact that an automatic charger is not going to work. You need something very basic like this, and we'll see what happens. I'm going to give this an hour and then we'll come back and have a look. This is after 4 hours, and as you can see, Still bubbling, so still working. Looks a great grimy mess in there. I'm just going to switch it off at the mains for a minute and pop the key up so we can just have a look what's happening. So as you can see, there's still plenty of rust to be looking at, and while it's still working, I'm going to leave it. Can't harm it, so I'm going to leave it overnight and see what it looks like in the morning. So this has been left literally all night. Look at that now. But it's still going. You can see the bubbles there. So I'm going to leave it a little bit longer. So this is literally 2 days later. As you can see, there's just very slight bubbles now. So I'm going to switch off, obviously safety first, switch that off, put my gloves on, and I'm going to take it through to the sink. I'm going to give it a clean up and see what it looks like. So this is the key. And at the minute, you'd think it didn't look, you wouldn't believe what's come off it. So this is what happens when you use the wrong type of metal as your anode. That gets eaten away. So yeah, I'm learning as I go. So there we have it. My attempt at electrolysis, and now I've got the hang of it. I realise now that I need a different bit of, I'm going to use a bit of rebar probably next time for the anode, and now I've got a charger that works correctly. The whole process is totally fascinating. So this is the key now. Yes, it's still got some rust. I don't want to over clean it, because I do actually like things to look, you know, I know that came out of the field and I love it. All I did was give it a wash, and then it had the oily rag that I use for my garden tools. Everybody has to have an oily rag. Just literally wiped it over with that, and that's what it looks like. And I love that, because I shall probably just have that hung somewhere now. And yeah, who knows, another time I might actually pop it back in and give it a little bit longer. The one thing that I love about electrolysis is once it's removed the rust, it stops working, so you can't damage anything. So as long as you're using these type of metals, I've been told not to use copper coins, but I am going to experiment with a really, really rotten one that I've got. So I'll let you know how that goes another time. But yes, the fact you can't damage it, you can literally leave it. Obviously I would change the water and put some more bicarb in again if it gets really bad. But yeah, it's great. So you know what an anorak I am for horseshoes. I guess that's going to be next on my project. Anyway, thanks for being here. I really appreciate you even taking time to stop and listen. So thanks very much. Bye.